I am part of NatWest group, and today I will be talking about API evolution at NatWest. But before considering my talk, before starting my talk, I would like to show you a small demo which depicts the power of API. How you can see API is transforming the whole customer journey. And with that, I will basically go ahead and show you a demo of making a payment in this particular audience by just scanning their face. So let me bring my mobile screen up. So give me a moment. Let me get my mobile screen on the screen right now. Yes. So few people before this particular session has already registered on this particular FacePay app, through which I have captured their face. I've captured the UPI ID along with it. What I'll try to do, I will try to pay few people's on this particular audience which are attending it, or through a static image, and try to pay some money to them. So let me show you how that particular whole thing is happening. So I have this particular app open now. I have few people who have already registered on this app. I have their static image with me. And now, as I'm scrolling their face, I can get the names registered. I can see myself as well. I can see another person as well. Yes. So I can see few people, Prakriti, Abhijit, and myself, Dheeraj, in this particular photograph, and I can pay any one of them. So let me try paying Prakriti Neelam. Right? So it's take me to that particular screen where now I can pay to Prakriti Neelam. So I enter an amount, and just by detecting face, it's happening. Pay now. It's taking a while to get the UPI ID registered. So yes, it has basically registered that this is Prakriti Neelam, to whom I am paying using my Standard Chartered account. It says I have been logged out, so I'm entering my passcode. Allow me in now. Entering my UPI code. That's why the screen is not visible. And payment done. Should I try again? Now this time I will basically show you a face, which could be a live face, which could be myself. Okay. So I go to the FacePay app again. I go to pay again. And let me scan my face. Yes, it's able to detect me. And I click on pay now. So what is happening at the back of it? At the back of it, there are 4 to 5 APIs which are basically doing the black magic. Clicking on pay now. Entering my code, although I cannot pay to myself, so it will give me an error message back to me that the debitor account and the creditor account are the same account. So try with a different account. With that, now I will start off my presentation. So what has happened in this particular whole thing? We have seen 5 APIs working. We have seen for the very first API, when we basically register the customers, we have seen an API to capture the UPI ID and validation of the particular UPI ID. Now in the next screen, what we have seen the face detection API coming into the picture, detecting the face. Then there's the face recognition API, recognizing the face with the UPI ID, which has already been registered. Then another API coming into the picture. And then another API with the respect of UPI to make the payment happen. And last but not the least, the actual payment API, which is working behind the scenes to make the payment happen. So if you see this particular whole thing, there are 5 APIs coming together to make the journey easy for the customer. So this is the power of APIs. Now coming on to APIs, what APIs are being built in NatWest, and what are the products of NatWest Bank of APIs look like. So we started way back in 2018 with open banking regulations, and we have gone beyond the open banking regulations. We have created a digitized API enabled bank. That means we have shifted from technology to a cultural. That means we have now thinking API as a product rather than API as an interface that connects systems. In this way, we are helping our customers and partners to access banking service in their own convenient ways. Let me play a small video. That video will give you the whole idea around what APIs are there present in Bank of APIs.
Introducing the power behind ideas. NatWest Bank APIs. Integrate our APIs with your systems and unlock data and services, enabling customers to access our solutions whenever, wherever they choose. We'll work hand in hand with you to make innovation a reality. NatWest Bank APIs. A track record of market first. Smoother digital journeys, enhanced customer experiences. Here are a few of our game-changing solutions. Pay It. Multi-award winning payment product. Pay without debit or credit card details. Variable recurring payments. Reimagining regular transactions. Control, flexibility, security. Confirmation and paying. Access our name checking service through your own system. Customer attribute sharing. Connects businesses to our data and streamlines online experiences. Direct access. View real-time NatWest account data in your own systems. Make and track straight-through payments directly. What could our APIs do for your business? NatWest, Bank of APIs. Bring your ideas to life.
So what we have seen, the Bank of APIs products, and what I will be talking about now is, is we are doing, apart from this regulated APIs, the open banking APIs, we are continuing releasing new products. Some of the interesting work that we are doing with respect to saving the planet, with respect to climate, is we have created carbon calculator APIs and categorization APIs that helps third party to identify and categorize transaction which carry the environmental impact. And that basically demonstrate the business appetite to support the whole climate change and how that is possible. For example, you are traveling from your work to office. How do you travel to the work? That can easily be carried out looking at your transaction. That means if you have gone by a car, then you have fill either gas or petrol on your car. That means you are bringing environmental impact. Looking at those transactions, we can figure it out that how much carbon you are burning with respect to that transaction. And that is available through the use of APIs, which can be integrated in any third-party product. As well as we are offering API solution externally, we are also reusing APIs. So what we have recently done, we have acquired NatWest Rooster Money. So NatWest Rooster Money is a prepaid card and pocket money app for kids. So there was, before acquiring NatWest Rooster Money, there was challenges around existing customers. How do we solve the problem of existing customers who already hold a bank account to have an easily onboarding journey with this Rooster Money? So what we basically built is three APIs to make the journey easier for our NatWest customers. That means we provide a login with bank APIs that enable our customers to log in into Rooster Money using their existing mobile banking credentials. Then we basically have the cross-reference API, which helps to connect these two different apps using the common language, basically a customer ID. Then there is another set of API, which is a customer attribute sharing API, through which we enable to provide a smooth onboarding journey just by sharing customer information on the NatWest Rooster app itself. That means on NatWest Rooster app, they don't need to fill up the long, lengthy registration forms and all. It will automatically pre-populate it using the bank APIs. Also, we have empowered small businesses with our direct connectivity to our services. For example, the free agent. Free agent is a third party that basically manage the accountancy software for our customers. That means they provide tax solutions. They help to file tax returns for our small business banking customers. And how that particular whole thing is possible? That whole thing is possible with the use of APIs. So similarly to the previous one, we have enabled login with bank. We have also enabled account and transaction API. This account and transaction API was released before open banking, specifically for free agent to basically get the account and transaction details for the small business banking customer. We also provided a feature of accessible funding through the use of APIs. That means if there is a customer who is going low on money and require an instant mortgage, then that particular customer can use this API and apply for that and initiate the mortgage. Similarly, we have linked this particular whole free agent with a paid solution. That means customer wants to pay for any of their services to any of the vendor. They can use this paid API to make that particular whole thing happen. So what we have done, so we have started from a technical delivery of an APIs, and we have now focused on a durable culture shift. How that does happen? That has happened by bringing on these five thinking or these five change of mindset. That is thinking about product over project. That means we have to think about the whole API suite as a kind of product and how that whole product can be aligned with the various third parties product that exist. Thanks. We have to think externally as well. What this particular thing means that APIs are accessible not within the bank, but APIs are accessible outside the bank as well. That means we have to shape our APIs that they are hosted on portal, they have sandbox connectivity, they have proper documentation, and we basically enable this particular thinking by thinking us as a customer of an API. We expect unseen reuse. So we do expect when the API goes, we do expect our system is scalable and extensible. In case we see there is a reusability or there's an unseen reusability of an API, we should be able to adapt that particular whole reusability. We should be able to adapt that particular whole traffic. We basically enhance on this particular fact of create once and quick. That means our deployment frequency should be that much that it avoids duplication. We don't need to again and again deploy the same APIs. We don't want 100 crap streams to choose from. We want a handful of well-maintained things. We don't want to turn things off. That is basically like we don't want to that particular whole thing that we basically take the thing off of check image capture. We really want that this particular whole thing which we are creating with the use of API is created and is reusable. Last but not the least, we have to have an open mindset. open system, open source, and how we have drive the whole thing. We have done various hackathons across the locations, across the different locations, and basically curated ideas to make our API better. So together, we are opening ecosystems. We started with 2018 with open banking. Now we are going with open finance, that we are opening up the savings sectors, insurance sectors, mortgages sectors, investments, consumer credit. Now, next in 2026, you will see the whole open economy. That means you will see energy sector getting open up. That means if you are thinking of changing your energy consumption provider by somebody else, you can easily use energy APIs which are there, and you can easily basically switch over from there. Similar, we are looking at opening up the groceries. Like for example, if you've done your normal grocery shopping from Tesco or Asda or Sainsbury, then there will be APIs exposed that will tell you, okay, going to the store is better in terms of your financial well-being. So that will happen with the coming of more APIs, and that will open up the economy. So what we have done in NatWest. So open banking has been a qualified success. In UK, there are 7 million active users. And out of the 7 million active users, 0.7 billion monthly active users are there in NatWest. That means approximately 10% of the people within UK are using NatWest APIs. There are 11 million payments happening per month. That means 1.6 million payments per month are happening through the use of NatWest. If I talk about number of TPPs which are onboarded, there are more than 100 third-party services that are connected to us. There are 155 million successful API calls happening every month. There are more than 100 API reuse cases that we have seen. And what we have seen is only just 10% of the UK population which is using it, considering if it reaches out to 50%. In that case, what we will be dependent on, we will be basically having third parties bringing all the loads through the use of APIs to NatWest. So we have extended open banking impact. That means we have mandated use cases, we have commercial APIs, we have a multi-party system that is all bringing us competition, innovation, and collaboration. That means it gives the right incentive to the team, to the open banking team, to the APIs team to bring competitive products and thinking from customer mindset. For example, thinking about uh, going into a market and buying a phone. In that case, that whole journey of going for a postpaid phone will become easier if we have all the systems connected together. So we need to be where our customers are. So going now, the key is embedded finance. Customers are becoming more expensive. That means they are enabled by technologies. They require to have personal offerings and unbounding of services. And how winners will come together. So winners can only come together if they break the traditional industry boundaries. If they break the boundaries, the winners bank can come together. If they basically join different systems that basically exist in their own silo boundaries. And this way we can give unique capabilities that would be valued by the customers. Banks have an opportunity to leverage trust. So bank is a trust holder for our customers. So as a customer whom do you trust holding your personal information? A bank. That means your address, your phone number, your contact details, your bank balance, your transaction, whom you trust. You trust with the bank. So banks not only play lines of making payments happen, but they also have an opportunity to leverage their trust around data, privacy, and identity. And the growth of interconnected digital economy with the bank trust, we will be able to build the products that make life easier for the customer. For example, you're going for your car mortgage. And when you go for a car mortgage, the mortgage provider will ask you, okay, what is the address? What is the phone number? How long you have been staying in that particular society or that particular address? How long you have been banking with the bank? What are your last 6 months transaction, for example? From where are you getting your source of income from? All the information they will be asking about you, and you have to get all the paperwork done in order to get the particular mortgage for your car. Now, who holds this particular information? Bank. So if there are APIs that are available and based on your consent can provide the particular data automatically to that particular mortgage providers, then you can think how easily you can get the mortgage. So instead of 2 or 3 days of the paperwork, it can happen in few seconds. So that is a new thing which is coming up with that embedded finance. So partnerships are already bringing benefits. So we are looking at NatWest Box, a joint venture between NatWest and Verino to bring banking to where it is needed. Our banking as a service platform aims to empower businesses to embed finance services product directly onto the customer journey. We have launched a new service by the name of VRP, Variable Recurring Payments, that basically helps to automate the whole payment process, that basically helps to basically send payments directly on the third party app without doing a redirection to the mobile banking app. For example, you are on Amazon and you are buying a product from Amazon, and it has been seen that you basically make a payment for small amount for example, £20 or £10, and for that you don't want that, okay, I should be again and again asking to go onto my bank account to do a two-factor authentication or a multi-factor authentication and then provide a consent and then make a payment happen. With this particular new product, anything amount which is less than £10, £20, which you can configure, the payment can directly happen on the particular third-party app screen itself. That means that payment can happen directly on the Amazon, and they will not basically bother you to basically log into your mobile banking app. And we have seen the large number of growth of third parties looking for this API. And going forward with the One ID coming into the picture, this particular journey can become very easy and for the third parties to basically integrate into their already providing solutions for the customers. With that, I would say visit NatWest Bank of APIs. That will provide you the whole NatWest API contact log, that will provide you the detailed technical documentation, that will help you to connect API in the sandbox, and you can also basically get the latest news and updates. So the QR code is there down below. Scan the QR code, browse Bank of API where you can see the NatWest API products and play around by going connecting to the sandbox. And with that, it's me, Dheeraj Jaggi, signing off. You have a lovely audience, and we'll touch base with you soon.